orange and green. Today we are celebrating the tomato right here on Local on 2. The Tomato Arts Fest kicks off today in East Nashville, and we are ready to learn all about this versatile crop. I'm Stephanie Langston.
Oh yeah, and I'm Laura Schweizer. Whether you love them in tomato pie or they are crucial to your favorite sauce, the tomato is a staple on our countertops and in our gardens. Today we are here with champions Bruce and Celeste Pittman. They have mastered this saucy plant and won the Tomato Arts Fest recipe contest.
Yes, hardest question first. Is tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Vegetable.
Fruit. Oh, we do have a rivalry here.
We do, but, tomatoes, we said it's the greatest uniter, not a divider. So
That's
fruit
right.
or vegetable, we all can agree we love tomatoes.
Absolutely.
That is so true. Well, this festival is now in its 21st year. It is so hard to believe. I was there from the very first one. Set the scene for us and tell us a little bit about this competition you guys have gotten yourself involved in.
Yeah, so the Tomato Fest, we're in our 21st year. It's in the heart of East Nashville at historic 5 Points, and I'll just say that it started in an art gallery as a small art show that has blossomed into a festival that about 70,000 people attend each year. So this year we look to host something that's even greater. It includes live music, of course, lots of tomatoes, from art to art contests, costume contests, and of course the cooking contest.
Oh yeah, okay, and you two have been competing for several years individually, mom against son. How did you guys get into this? There's actually a really special story and it has to do with your tattoo a little bit. And does it ever get competitive? You said it brings you together.
As far as I'm concerned, it never was a competition between us, but it was both of us having just a wonderful time at a very special time in our lives. So it's all about fun. I think the competition is within ourselves to see if we just can't make it the best that we possibly can. And we have lots of inspiration.
She says that, but she really wants to win each year, deep down. So there's a little bit of rivalry, but we play well together. And of course, it's all about doing this together, trying the recipes out, and of course, we love the competition game.
Absolutely.
And inspired by your father.
Yeah, we got into this. 2019 was our first year, and the year before, my dad passed away, who was just known to love tomatoes. He loved to eat them. He loved to grow them, 50 to 100 plants each year. And he loved to give them away. So I think for both of us, when he passed away, we were looking for something to do, ways to get involved in the community. And in 2018, we heard about the contest. And then 2019, we began entering and have ever since. So we love it.
And we are looking at 2019's winning recipe. What was it? It was your recipe?
It was. So that year, and I'll say each year at the contest, there's a theme. So that year was featuring sandwiches, and that was a take on a BLT. It was tweaked a little bit that the bread was a Mexican cornbread, and then the mayonnaise was more of a chipotle aioli that was in there. Of course, great tomatoes and bacon, of course.
Oh my gosh, yum.
So good. Everyone upstairs is asking for it. I have to ask, what's the craziest recipe you guys have seen over the years? Because I know people really get into this.
I can't think, honestly, when I think about tomatoes, I don't think anything's crazy. I just think it is out of this world good. So I just can't think of anything that was crazy or off the wall or, hey, let's try and see what this would be like, because we've already been doing it for a long time and we know it's good, and so it's just not crazy. So how
I
about you,
think
Bruce?
for me, just because it's not, my palate is when you mix tomatoes and sweetness. So anytime I see the ice creams come in, I can't imagine it. And we've had, I think they've won, actually. Wow. This year there was a tomato soup jam that was incredible with a grilled cheese biscuit. When we saw it come in, it was one of my favorite looking ones, but for me it's always the tomatoes when they're mixed in with sweet things.
Yes, yum. Okay, we've got to break down the nuts and bolts of this festival that is so special. It's not just the recipe contest. What can we expect this year?
So recipe contest, each year, as I mentioned, there's a theme. So this year we're featuring the heirloom tomato, and it's Beyond the Red. So all the recipes feature heirloom tomatoes. I would say that this year we probably will have the greatest turnout. Usually it's, I'll say between 15 to 20 that enter each year. I'm curious to see who's going to win and what they do with the heirloom tomatoes that's beyond just that red tomato, since that's a bit of a twist for us this year.
Now, is it too late to enter the contest? And what are you two entering this year?
So, great question, and I will say, which is pretty special that they do the contest. It has happened. It was this past weekend.
Okay.
And the reason they do that is that the winning recipe is featured on the menu at Margot Cafe and Bar.
Yes.
So that will be this weekend on their menu. So now it's a week before. So yes, it's already happened. Not to ruin all the surprises. And this year we featured a couple of different things, of course. Mine was a take on going beyond the heirloom tomato that was more of a chicken pot pie, but had heirloom tomato, and it started with a Vidalia onion pie that had a lot of gooiness, creaminess, and cheese with a great Ritz cracker crust to it. And what did you feature?
And I featured the variety in the tomato in that I found a pineapple heirloom. And so it is red and yellow striped. And I especially like the idea of just what you see in that, because I love people. And, everyone has their own story to tell and what's not to love. And so when you see something like this that has been going on, an heirloom tomato for so long, and it tasted delicious, it was interesting, not like what you ordinarily see, but you say, I really like this, and I'm glad that I got to meet it. And so I just combined it in a salad with some really good mozzarella cheese, and made some bread to fix with some sun-dried tomatoes to serve with it. So that's what I did.
How precious is she? Oh my gosh, I want to go over to your house and eat dinner every single night.
I would just love for you to put your knees under my table and I'll feed you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Celeste. This festival, you said you went to the first one, over 21 years. I can't imagine how much it's evolved. I mean, can you give us examples?
It has, and like I mentioned, starting out, 21 years ago, it's just really a small art festival to what we see today. And what I love, and of course everything's online at tomatoartfest.com, but now it's grown into, there's a parade, the costume contest, there's a Bloody Mary garden that actually was part of the cooking contest, and it became so popular that it's its own event. With all the vendors, the food, the music, it truly is, and I think when we go to it, that it's something we see all walks of life that attend. It is free for the most part, except for a few pieces if you're entering and partake of, but it's a great community event that I think everyone looks forward to each year.
It's so true.
And I just would love to insert one thing about all the people, all of the ages, and how fun and awesome it all is. And you don't have to be a certain age to have fun, because in my senior years, I decided one year to don myself with a red wig, and I've always wondered what it would be like to have red hair. I had tomato red hair that year with bangs and all, and even put a stem and leaf in the top.
Sassy.
And it was so much fun.
Yes.
So, age has nothing to do with the fun and pleasure that you're going to have.
You said it, Celeste.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. She is so much fun, both of you. All right, everyone, Tomato Arts Festival. It starts today with the preview party at 6. Then the push, pull, and wear parade kicks off Saturday at 9. And don't forget the Bloody Mary garden party, as you heard, Saturday at 10. Get all these details and so much more at tomatoartfest.com.